Hello everyone, welcome back to Chapter 1. Today I'm going to talk about a movie named A Hard Day. Spoilers ahead. So, let's get started. Detective Ko is dealing with two significant issues at this late hour in the city. He needs to be at his mother's funeral as she recently passed away. Instead, he's driving to his office because Internal Affairs is looking into bribes in his squad. Ko is distracted by constant phone calls from his sister and his team. While driving, he's caught off guard by a dog in the road. He swerves to avoid it, but ends up hitting and killing a man. Unsure of what to do, Ko sees a police car approaching, so he quickly hides both the body and himself in some nearby trash until the car passes. Then he drives off, hiding the body in his trunk. He soon comes upon a DUI roadblock, so his relief is fleeting. Ko tries to persuade the cops that he just took a tiny taste and reveals that he is a detective in order to avoid taking the test because he had been drinking during the funeral. He even unintentionally provides the incorrect police ID number out of nervousness, which makes him appear suspicious. The officers don't believe his story, and while one calls the station to verify his identity, another tries to open his trunk. This causes Ko to panic and lash out, leading the cops to tase him. Just then, they receive confirmation that Ko is indeed a detective, and he is allowed to leave. Meanwhile, at the police station, Ko's squad, including Choi and Do, are in hot water as Internal Affairs finds a stash of bribe money. Their boss tries to defend them, but the investigators also uncover a notebook detailing years of corrupt payments. Ko, after receiving yet another call from his frustrated sister, decides to return to the funeral. He scolds his daughter Mina for being up so late, but before they can speak much, his squad arrives. They want Ko to take the fall for the bribery scandal, but he refuses to go down alone. Their argument is interrupted when Ko's sister reminds him they're about to close the casket. His team leaves, allowing Ko to focus on the funeral. Ko helps the funeral rituals instructor seal the casket in accordance with custom. He receives a message from his squad during this process alerting him of the impending Internal Affairs inspection of his vehicle. He sees several ventilation shafts and realizes he has to get rid of the body immediately, so he devises a plan. Before putting a remote-controlled toy soldier from his daughter's collection inside, he first purchases a number of balloons and opens a shaft outside. Afterward, Ko returns inside and asks for a final moment alone with his mother, keeping the balloons with him under the pretense that they're for his daughter. Once he's by himself, Ko lets the balloons float up to cover the security camera, locks the door, and begins executing his plan. He climbs onto a table, opens the ventilation shaft, and activates the toy soldier. While the toy moves slowly through the shaft, Ko begins removing the nails from the casket to open it. The noise he makes catches the attention of a worker at the funeral home. The woman alerts security, but since the door is locked and the camera is blocked, the guard has to find the director to get a key. This delay gives Ko extra time, so he hurries to retrieve the toy, which has a rope tied to it. The other end of the rope is attached to the body, and Ko pulls it through the shaft and into the room, placing it in the casket with his mother before sealing it back up. One little detail, though, has been missed by Ko. The man he killed still has his phone in his pocket, and it begins to ring from within the casket. The director shows up with the key, interrupting Ko's plans to reopen it. He sits down fast and seems as though he is grieving. Fortunately, the director arrives before the phone stops ringing. The phone calls once more later while the casket is being loaded into the hearse, but the driver simply hums along without paying any attention. The next day, Ko's squad chief informs him that they've managed to keep Internal Affairs at bay for now. With that problem handled, Ko only has one loose end to tie up: his car. When he sees a poorly parked police car, he deliberately crashes into it, then blames the accident on the officers by using his rank. This way, he gets his insurance to cover the repair costs, avoiding suspicion about how the car was really damaged. Now, Ko can return to work. After watching a demonstration of a new type of explosive, Ko and his team are assigned a case to track down a murderer. When Ko receives the file, he's stunned to see that the suspect is Lee, the man he killed. Of course, he can't reveal this to anyone, so he plays along and joins the team as they raid Lee's house. At Lee's place, Ko spots the dog from the night of the accident and follows it outside, realizing the crash site is only a short distance from Lee's home. While inspecting the area to ensure he didn't leave any evidence behind, Ko runs into Jin Ho, an officer investigating a hit-and-run case. Someone had anonymously reported the incident from a payphone, and Jin Ho has no idea who the witness is. Things take a turn for the worse when Jin Ho mentions there's a security camera in the area that could have captured footage of the car involved. The squad chief assigns Choi to assist Jin Ho in reviewing the footage, hoping their suspect might also be spotted in the video. Panicked, Ko visits the office under the guise of bringing food to a friend, giving him the chance to watch the footage himself. Luckily, the video quality is poor, and the car moves too fast for the license plate to be clearly visible. When Ko's sister inquires later that evening about their plans to travel for Mina's birthday, Ko reassures her that they still want to do so. A fortune teller told her that their mother had a guy at her side even in death, so she also inquires as to whether their mother had a secret boyfriend. An anonymous witness calls Ko at the police the next day to disclose something regarding Lee. Ko accuses the caller of being a prankster and hangs up, but the man keeps calling. Even when Do answers the phone, the man specifically asks for Ko. Do transfers the call, and Ko starts to panic when the voice on the line asks what he did with the body. Hanging up doesn't help, as the man just calls Ko's cell next. Ko rushes outside to take the call, denying any knowledge of what the voice is referring to. The man tells Ko that he'll make demands soon and warns him not to act rashly or he'll report him. Just then, Ko notices someone at the payphone hang up and get into a taxi right as the call ends. Ko immediately starts chasing the cab but can't catch up before it disappears. Meanwhile, we learn that the mysterious caller is Lieutenant Park, a fellow cop, and the one who was in the police car Ko saw on the night of the accident. When Ko returns to the station, he finds out that Choi and Do went to the mountain where his mother is buried, as that's the last known location of Lee's phone, but, thankfully, they didn't find anything. Park keeps calling both Ko's mobile and office phones, and Ko continues to hang up. This goes on until Park shows up at the office in person and punches Ko. When the squad intervenes to break it up, Park plays it off as mistaken identity. The rest of the squad is pleased to see him, since it was Park who helped them fend off internal affairs. Ko follows Park into the restroom, locks the door, and confronts him. Park's demand is straightforward. He wants Ko to bring him Lee's body. Ko pretends not to know where it is, but a fight breaks out, and both end up in a bathroom stall. Park manages to shove Ko's head into the toilet, leaving Ko no choice but to agree to bring him the body. Ko races to the mountain, digs up the casket, and retrieves Lee's corpse. As he examines the body, he discovers 2 bullet wounds, revealing that Lee had been dead before Ko hit him with his car. Ko also finds Lee's phone and wallet, which contains a card for a shady private bank. The phone rings while Ko is charging it. As he responds, a voice alerts Lee to Park's pursuit. To find out more about the caller, Ko phones Do after verifying the number. He finds out that the man lives close by and is one of Lee's collaborators. Ko makes the decision to visit him. Choi discovers a traffic ticket for Ko's vehicle while looking through them. He notices that Ko's automobile matches the vehicle used in the hit and run and that it was damaged prior to the alleged collision with the police car when he looks at the security camera image. Back to Ko, he tracks down Lee's accomplice, Joe. As soon as Joe spots Ko, he tries to flee, but his own clumsiness allows Ko to catch him. Ko drags Joe to a rooftop and threatens to push him off unless he talks. Joe reveals that Park is a corrupt cop who stole drugs from a case and started selling them, becoming a big player in the criminal world. Lee had stolen a key to Park's hidden profits, and Park shot him in an attempt to retrieve it. After letting Joe go, Ko returns to the mountain to check Lee's body again. Using a metal detector, Ko discovers the key hidden in a small package inside Lee's body. Though disgusted, he retrieves it, but just as he does, he drops the capsule when Choi suddenly arrives to arrest him for the hit and run. While riding in Choi's car, Ko explains that he's being blackmailed by Park and confesses that Park killed Lee. Choi, convinced, removes Ko's handcuffs just as Park calls. Ko steps out to take the call, and at that moment, a crane drops a shipping container onto Choi's car, killing him. Park admits over the phone that he orchestrated it as a warning, reminding Ko that he needs Lee's body by 6 a.m. Ko is furious and threatens to turn himself in, but Park discloses his next course of action. He and Mina are at Ko's house. In a panic, Ko violates driving restrictions and speeds home to save his daughter. Park is already gone when he gets there. Ko comes up with a new strategy as he knows he can't call the police without endangering his family. After instructing his sister to go on the birthday excursion without him, he heads back to the station to get provisions. He decides to take the explosive from a previous demonstration and conceal it inside Lee's body after grabbing extra shots. Ko makes the explosive appear innocuous by fastening it to his keychain. The next morning, Ko meets Park to hand over the body. Park, suspicious, takes Ko's gun, removes the bullets, and gives it back, not noticing the detonator disguised as a keychain. Park uses a metal detector on Lee's body, and when it reacts to the bomb, he mistakenly thinks the key is still hidden there. He then tries to shoot Ko, but Ko bluffs, claiming a timed email will expose everything if he's killed. Impressed, Park lets Ko leave. Moments after, the bomb detonates, sending Park's car into a lake. Ko watches the water to make sure Park is gone for good, picking up his bullets afterward. Thinking the ordeal is finally over, Ko returns home, puts the gun in a drawer, and prepares to leave to join his family. But just as he's about to go, Park shows up and attacks him. A brutal fight breaks out in the apartment. Park pushes over bookshelves, making it nearly impossible for Ko to reach his gun. Ko retreats to the bedroom, locks the door with furniture, and climbs out onto the balcony. He carefully makes his way to another window, re-entering the living room. However, Park hears him and the fight resumes. They end up in the bathroom, where Ko manages to burn Park with hot water to fend him off. As Ko tries to get back to the bookshelf, Park spots the gun sticking out of the drawer. Both men race to grab it, and in the struggle, the gun accidentally goes off, with the stray bullet killing Park. In the aftermath, the police launch a major investigation into Park's illegal activities and Ko's involvement in the hit and run. However, the higher-ups decide to cover everything up to protect the department's reputation. Ko, tired of it all, resigns and chooses to spend more time with his family, considering opening the small business his sister always dreamed of. But first, Ko arranges a proper burial for his mother. While overseeing the ceremony, he finds the capsule from Lee's body on the ground. Using the card he had discovered earlier in Lee's hideout, Ko visits the private piggy bank and uses the key to access Lee's vault, uncovering a fortune far beyond what he ever expected. This was the movie named A Hard Day. Thank you for watching, everyone. Please subscribe to my channel. Take care.